Lights down low, but the fire's burning. Clay gets packed and the tires start churning. Strapping tight, it's about that time. Micro sprint hub, let them hear that whine. Hey! Helmets on and the visors down. Short track kings in a small town crown. Head to your seat, better hold on tight. It's elbows up on a Friday night. Hey! Slide job coming, don't blink twice. Door to door and they're rolling the dice. No lift, no fear, no backing down. When the green flag drops, they own this town. Procedure elbows up, tear the cushion down. Feather the throttle, spin it around. Right rear racing on the mic tonight. Calling every slider, every fight. It's intense, it's fast, it's wheel to wheel. Micro thunder, you can feel that steel. Micro sprint hub, here we go. Broadcast live, let's start the show. Quick. Three-wide racing off of turn 2. Little cars flying, but the moves are huge. Nose to tail, they're digging deep. No room to breathe, no time to sleep. Champions rise, legends begin. One bad slide and you're out of the wind. Checkered dreams in a dirt-filled haze. Short track warriors set ablaze. Top side, bottom, choose your lane. One mistake and it's heartbreak pain. Crowd on their feet, they feel that rush. Micro madness in a cushion crush. Watching little elbows up, tear the cushion down. Feather the throttle, spin it around. Right rear racing on the mic tonight. Bringing the action, living bright. It's intense, it's raw, it's all out speed. Every lap is a fight to lead. Micro sprint hub, engines roar. Green flags out, let's race some more. Ladies and gentlemen, strapping tight. The micro sprint hub racing league starts now. Right here on Right Rear Racing. Right Rear Racing.
Strap in, fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to let it go. Really what he like Yeah. Right rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Life live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Oh, tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we control time. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's show time.
Hey! Yeah! Lights down low, but the fire's burning. Clay gets packed and the tires start churning. Strapping tight, it's about that time. Micro sprint hub, let them hear that whine. Helmets on and the visors down. Short track kings in a small town crown. Head to your seat, better hold on tight. It's elbows up on a Friday night. Slide job coming, don't blink twice. Door to door and they're rolling the dice. No lift, no fear, no backing down. When the green flag drops, they own this town. Procedure elbows up, tear the cushion down. Feather the throttle, spin it around. Right rear racing on the mic tonight. Calling every slider, every fight. It's intense, it's fast, it's wheel to wheel. Micro thunder, you can feel that steel. Micro sprint hub, here we go. Broadcast live, let's start the show. Quick. Three-wide racing off of turn 2. Little cars flying, but the moves are huge. Nose to tail, they're digging deep. No room to breathe, no time to sleep. Champions rise, legends begin. One bad slide and you're out of the wind. track warriors set ablaze. Top side, bottom, choose your lane. One mistake and it's heartbreak pain. Crowd on their feet, they feel that rush. Micro madness in a cushion crush. Put your little elbows up, tear the cushion down. Feather the throttle, spin it around. Right rear racing on the mic tonight. Bringing the action, living bright. It's intense, it's raw, it's all out speed. Every lap is a fight to lead. Micro sprint, hub engines roar. Green flags out, let's race some more. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in tight. The micro sprint hub racing league starts now. Right here on Right Rear Racing. Right Rear Racing.
And welcome back to Right Rear Racing as we bring you week number 5 here of Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League presented by Torque Hydration. As these drivers are out here doing their warm-up session, breaking this track in, and we're 9 minutes into a 30-minute warm-up session here. We have 12 drivers here so far, and we're just going to go ahead and let you hear the music and go on board with these drivers for a few minutes here to see how the track condition will be changing throughout the rest of the race here tonight. Again, thanks to all the sponsors here with Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League, as Bradley Cox practice session is currently on board here as you see on your screen. We do have Torque Hydration on board as your title sponsor here tonight, and also your A-Main and your Winner Circle sponsor. Thanks to B2B Foundation and Drivers Labs, as those two are going to be your heat race sponsors. We also have the other ones as well as Milestone Electric Plumbing and AC, FM Performance, and Dirt Tracker Pro, or I'm sorry, Race Tracker Pro. Bear with me 1 second. Change up my system, my screen setup over here, and trying to find my mouse and everything. As I'm going to share the link with y'all as well in the chat, as it just popped up over on the Facebook side, and wait for it to pop up on the YouTube side. If you're interested in becoming a driver with Drivers Lab, there's the link right there for the website to sign up today. Drivers Lab shows drivers how to grow on social media, attract real sponsors, and build a brand sponsors want to work with. If you want to race, if you race and want to get paid to do it, this is where it starts. Join Drivers Labs today. And we're getting a little bit more drivers here, as we do have 14 drivers here so far tonight, as we see here the 92 of Cleveland. And again, we're just going to rotate through some of these drivers here to see how they're reacting to the track condition with how it's currently is to how it's going to be tonight. We're going to go on board with these drivers throughout the race. As you see, we're with Justice right now in that 25 machine as he's working that bottom side there through both ends of the track, as he's working his way off turn number 4 down the front straightaway here on the practice session. He's still working that bottom groove and getting it going there, trying to reel in the 19J. And that's going to be J-Rob. And again, it's just a warm-up session here, as we do have a 30-minute warm-up session. We're only 12 minutes in, trying to break this track in and get it racy where we have the top groove and the bottom groove here for your 30-lap main event here tonight.
start churning. Strapping tight, it's about that time. Micro sprint hub, let them hear that whine. Helmets on and the visors down. Short track kings in a small town crown. Head to your seat, better hold on tight. It's elbows up on a Friday night. Slide job coming, don't blink twice. Door to door and they're rolling the dice. No lift, no fear, no backing down. When the green flag drops, they own this town. Brussels, hit the elbows up, tear the cushion down. Feather the throttle, spin it around. Right rear racing on the mic tonight. Calling every slider, every fight. It's intense, it's fast, it's wheel to wheel. Micro thunder, you can feel that steel. Micro sprint hub, here we go. Broadcast live, let's start the show. Quick, three-wide racing off a turn two. Little cost line, but the moves are huge. Nose to tail, they're digging deep. No room to breathe, no time to sleep. Champions rise, legends begin. One bad slide and you're out of the wind. Checkered dreams in a dirt field haze. Short track warriors set ablaze. Top side, bottom, choose your lane. One mistake and it's heartbreak pain. Crowd on their feet, they feel that rush. Micro madness in a cushion crush. Punching little elbows up, tear the cushion down. Feather the throttle, spin it around. Right rear racing on the mic tonight. Bringing the action, living bright. It's intense, it's raw, it's all out speed. Every lap is a fight to lead. Micro sprint hub engines roar. Green flags out, let's race some more. Ladies and gentlemen, strapping tight. The micro sprint hub racing league starts now. Right here on Right Rear Racing. Right Rear Racing. Hey! Hey! Yeah! Hey! Lights down low, but the fire's burning. Clay gets packed and the tires start churning. Strapping tight, it's about that time. Micro sprint hub, let them hear that whine. Helmets on and the visors down. Short track kings in a small town crown. Head to your seat, better hold on tight. It's elbows up on a Friday night. Slide job coming, don't blink twice. Door to door and they're rolling the dice. No lift, no fear, no backing down. When the green flag drops, they own this town. Brussels, hit the elbows up, tear the cushion down. Feather the throttle, spin it around. Right rear racing on the mic tonight. Calling every slider, every fight. It's intense, it's fast, it's wheel to wheel. Micro thunder, you can feel that steel. Micro sprint hub, here we go. Broadcast live, let's start the show. Quick, three-wide racing off a turn two. Little cost line, but the moves are huge. Nose to tail, they're digging deep. No room to breathe, no time to sleep. Champions rise, legends begin. One bad slide and you're out of the wind. Checkered dreams in a dirt field haze. Short track warriors set ablaze. Top side, bottom, choose your lane. One mistake and it's heartbreak pain. Crowd on their feet, they feel that rush. Micro madness in a cushion crush. Punching little elbows up, tear the cushion down. Feather the throttle, spin it around. Right rear racing on the mic tonight. Bringing the action, living bright. It's intense, it's raw, it's all out speed. Every lap is a fight to lead. Micro sprint hub engines roar. Green flags out, let's race some more. Ladies and gentlemen, strapping tight. The micro sprint hub racing league starts now. Right here on Right Rear Racing.
As we went on board with some of these drivers during this practice session, you see that they're moving on the top side and the bottom side, trying to get both grooves going as we are still with 12 and a half minutes left of the practice session. As we did go along with some of the drivers, we did have their names on the bottom left-hand side of your screen to know who you were on board with, as right now we are following along with Bryce Comer in the 9 machine as he hits that inside berm. And still trying to get both sides of the track going. You see in the 67 that Keith Coons Motorsports Colton Robinson out there. He is trying to get that top side rolling just slowly packing it in up there, and then starting to hit that live pedal once again, getting it moving up there on the top side. And currently we do have 15 drivers here so far here tonight. Again, we do have 12 minutes left of your practice session, and while we're sitting here waiting for what's 12 minutes left of the practice session, we're going to go ahead and take a look at your current points as we come in here to week number 5. And Seth Gregory is still going to be leading the points with 261. Bradley Cox is sitting in second with 257. Justice is sitting in third with his 252. Rustin Moss in fourth with 247. And Brady Ross rounds out your top 5 so far with 242. Jaden West with 227 sitting in sixth. Bryce Comer is sitting in seventh with 214. Then we have Justin Robinson in 8th with 175. Lucas Weber in 9th with 147. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be JT Moss with 146 here as we come into week number 5. We've only had one repeat winner, and that was Bradley Cox, who sits second in points right now. The question is, can Bradley Cox overcome Seth Gregory in the points after tonight's race? Go ahead and jump in the chat there and let us know if you think that Bradley Cox will become the new points leader after tonight's race. And again, huge shout out to Torque Hydration, as they are your title sponsor here tonight. The link is posted in the description. Go ahead and go follow or go get your Torque Hydration right there off that website. That's in your description here right now. The racing action is going to start in about 10 minutes here. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break and try to go on board with some of these drivers here for the last 10 minutes here before we start your qualifying practice or qualifying session, followed by your 6-lap heat races, and then we have another warm-up session for the final adjustments that these drivers need to make, and then we're going to go into your 35-lap main, or sorry, your 30-lap main event.
Strap it and fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
Time to let it go. Really what you like. Yeah. Right rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and lights, got you up out your seat. Life live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Oh, tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we need your time. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's your time.
Lights down low, but the fire's burning. Clay gets packed and the tires start churning. Strapping tight, it's about that time. Micro sprint hub, let 'em hear that whine. Helmets on and the visors down. Short track kings in a small town crown. Head to your seat, better hold on tight. It's elbows up on a Friday night. Slide job coming, don't blink twice. Door to door and they're rolling the dice. No lift, no fear, no backing down. When the green flag drops, they own this town. Procedure elbows up, take the cushion down. Feather the throttle. digging deep, no room to breathe, no time to sleep. Champions rise, legends begin. One bad slide and you're out of the wind. Checkered dreams in a dirt-filled haze. Short track warriors set ablaze. Top side, bottom, choose your lane. One mistake and it's heartbreak pain. Crowd on their feet, they feel that rush. Micro madness in a cushion crush. Punching little elbows up, take the cushion down. Feather the throttle, spin it around. Right rear racing on the light tonight. Bringing the action, living bright. It's intense, it's raw, it's all out speed. Every lap is a fight to the lead. Micro sprint hub engines roar. Green flags out, let's race some more. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in tight. The micro sprint hub racing league starts now. Right here on Right Rear Racing. Right Rear Racing.
Strap in and fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to let it flow. We'll need white light fire. Yeah. Right rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Life live on the track, on the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane signal. Tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, leading your time. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's your time.
Hey! Hey, 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 hey! Yeah! Hey, 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 hey! Lights down low, but the fire's burning. Clay gets packed and the tires start churning. Strapping tight, it's about that time. Micro sprint hub, let 'em hear that whine. Hey! Helmets on and the visors down. Short track kings in a small town crown. Head to your seat, better hold on tight. It's elbows up on a Friday night. Hey! Slide job coming, don't blink twice. Door to door and they're rolling the dice. No lift, no fear, no backing down. When the green flag drops, they own this town. Push it around, elbows up, take the cushion down. Feather the throttle, spin it around. Right rear racing on the mic tonight. Calling every slider, every fight. It's intense, it's fast, it's wheel to wheel. Micro thunder, you can feel that steel. Micro sprint hub, here we go. Broadcast live, let's start the show. Quick, 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 quick. 3-wide racing off a turn 2. Little cars flying, but the moves are huge. Nose to tail, they're digging deep. No room to breathe, no time to sleep. Champions rise, legends begin. One bad slide and you're out of the wind. Checkered dreams in a dirt-filled haze. Short track warriors set ablaze. Top side, bottom, choose your lane. One mistake and it's heartbreak pain. Crowd on their feet, they feel that rush. Micro madness in a cushion crush. Punching little elbows up, take the cushion down. Feather the throttle, spin it around. Right rear racing on the mic tonight. Bringing the action, living bright. It's intense, it's raw, it's all out speed. Every lap is a fight to the lead. Micro sprint hub engines roar. Green flags out, let's race some more. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in tight. The micro sprint hub racing league starts now. Right here on Right Rear Racing. Right Rear Racing.
And once again, if you haven't followed Right Rear Racing yet, go ahead and hit that follow button, subscribe, and get notified when we go live outside of this league right here, as we go live multiple times throughout the week. And we're about to go underway, or set for your qualifying here, as we do have a minute and a half left. And just a quick reminder of your points real fast. We're going to look at them once again as we look at it. Seth Gregory is going to be in the lead coming in tonight with 261 points. Bradley Cox, who has the only one that has won multiple times here with the Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League, with 257 points. Justice in that third position with 252. Rustin Moss, he's going to be in fourth with 247, and rounding out your top five is going to be Brady Ross with the 242. Again, if you're just joining in, we're here with Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League, presented by Torque Hydration, as these drivers are driving the non-wing Outlaw Micro Sprints at the SageNet Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma, also known as the Chili Bowl here on iRacing. With 30 seconds left of their practice session, you've seen how this track has developed throughout the night. We should have racing on the top and the bottom, as we are following along with Jensen Long so far in that 10 machine, as he's trying to get that slider going and figure out what he needs to do for his qualifying that's coming up here momentarily. We're going to have 5 laps of qualifying for all of these drivers. We're going to try to join in with all of them individually as best as we can, and we're going to figure out where everyone's going to start for their respective heat races here tonight. And that's going to conclude your Bradley Cox Racing practice session, as we do go up to our qualifying session now and wait for the first car to make his way out on the track. That's going to be J-Rob in that 19 machine, as we're going to go follow along with him as he's still sitting in the pits. He's just entered into his car as he's slowly making his way around 1 and 2, as the pit road exit is going to be coming off turn 2. You're going to see that cone right there with J-Rod, that blue cone, and now he can go onto the back straightaway, so that way he does not receive the black flag. That's why you see the black flag for all these drivers here on the practice session. That's just for them exiting the pits wrong. As J-Rob's going to hit his out lap here, coming off turn 4, he's getting the green flag. He's going to set his first lap here. As he goes in turn number 1, he's right in that middle of the top groove as he's coming off turn number 2. Down the back straightaway for lap number 1 here, going into turn number 3. As right now we do have Justice sitting at the top of the board with 11:53. And here comes J-Rob. He's going to set a 11:79. That's going to put him in 5th. Currently, we're going to go follow along with Justice in that 25 machine as he's entering turn number 3 there for his lap number 2, coming off turn number 4. His second lap here is going to be a 11:54. I'm sorry, that's going to be lap number 3, as Rustin Moss in that 51 machine has completed 1 lap, and he's going to be coming around the back straightaway here, as he's going to be sitting 4th in the quick time so far, coming off turn number 4, as coming around that time where he got a 11:79. It might help if I actually put the quick times up there for y'all, as Bradley Cox is going to top the leaderboard so far with 11:34. He's running that slider line through 1 and 2, coming off turn number 2 down on the high side, going down low, hitting that inside berm, sliding up off of 4. And this time around, his lap time is going to be a 11:43. His best lap time so far is 11:34. Brady Ross in that 1 machine, he's going to hit 11:43 so far. See if he can get around here a little bit quicker for his last few laps as he's coming off turn number 4. And that lap time is going to be 11:58. We do have Jensen Long in that 10 machine. He hit a 11:38. That's going to put him up in 2nd. As we go along with Seth Gregory here in the 14 machine for his last lap. He's sliding up there in 3 and 4, coming off turn number 4. His best time is 11:42, and that time is going to be 11:50. As we go back with the 14 machine of Bryce Comer, he's already hit his 5 laps. He's out there for extra lap time. And JT Moss in that 50 machine has already hit his 5 laps. He's going to be sitting 8th currently, as these drivers are still all made their practice or their qualifying lap. It's going to be Bradley Cox in the 45 machine leading the top of the qualifying there with Jensen Long in the 10. Seth Gregory finishes third. Brady Ross fourth, and Justice Sokol rounds out your top 5 for your quick time qualifiers here tonight. And heat number 1 is going to be presented by BTB Foundation. And starting on the pole, we have the 45 of Bradley Cox. On his outside is going to be the Seth Gregory in the 14 machine. Inside row number 2 has Justice Sokol in the 25 machine with Rustin Moss on his outside in the 51. Colton Robinson in the 67 is going to be inside row number 3 with Bryce Comer on his outside in the 9 machine. Daniel Fuller in that 12 machine is going to be inside row number 4 with Aaron Miller on his outside in the 77. Again, we have 6 laps here for your heat races. And it's presented by BTB Foundation for heat race number 1. As the field makes their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Coming off turn number 4, Terry's going to be giving these drivers a rolled up green flag as we're set to go green flag racing next time around. Again, it's going to be a 6-lap heat race here tonight for heat race, or for all your heat race action. As the field makes their way down the back straightaway, led by Bradley Cox in that 45 machine with the 14 of Seth Gregory on the outside. They go into turn number 3. The 45 of Bradley Cox is going to hit that lap pedal and get us underway for heat race number 1 action. He's going to go inside turn number 1's Justice Sokol in that 25 machine is working the bottom side as they work off turn number 2. That's going to be a battle for second between the 25 and the 14 as the 25 is working the bottom side. Once again, through 3 and 4 coming off turn 4 down the front straightaway, we're going to be side by side. Slight contact as the 25 of Justice hits that inside berm just a little bit and pushes up into Seth Gregory. As Seth maintains the second position, Justice is sitting there in third. Rustin Moss in the 4th position. Here comes the 25 throwing the slide job move there, trying to reel in the 14 of Seth Gregory. As the slider line does actually work here fairly well as Bradley Cox comes off turn number 4, getting the cross flags as we're halfway through with heat race number 1. Seth Gregory is still sitting in second. Justice Sokol in third. Rustin Moss is 4th. Bryce Comer and Colton Robinson, they're battling out there. That's going to be for position number 5 as we do have 2 laps remaining here as Rustin Moss bobbles there. Here comes Bryce Comer on the outside, going to pass for position number 4. Coming off turn 4, getting the white flag with 1 lap remaining here. Bradley Cox has led it since the drop of the green. The 51 of Rustin Moss is trying to get that bottom side going. We're going to go back up to the front as Bradley Cox takes the win here in heat race number 1. Seth Gregory in second, and Justice rounds out your top 3. And Bryce Comer comes home in 4th with Rustin Moss holding on to the top 5 finish with Colton Robinson rounding out your in 6th there. And we'll look at that during the warm-up session as we do have our driver's lab heat race number 2. Jensen Long in that 10 machine. He's going to be starting on the pole with Brady Ross on his outside in the 1 machine. Jaden West in the 33 is going to be inside row number 2 with JT Moss on his outside in the 15. The 01 of Ezra Green is going to be inside row number 3 with J-Rob on his outside in the 19 machine. And running out the field for heat race number 2 action is going to be Cleveland in the 92 machine. Again, we do have 6 laps here for your heat race action. This time around, Terry's giving the field the rolled up green flag to Jensen Long and Brady Ross sitting on the front row as we're set to go green next time around. The 33 of Jaden West is right there inside row number 2. A little bit of contact between the drivers as we do go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 10 of Jensen Long is going to hit that live pedal and get us underway as he's going to get a good jump there. Here comes Brady Ross going down low, make contact. And the 33 is right there as well. JT Moss, he's going to capitalize on that one. And the 15 machine, as he's moved up 3 spots. Jaden West in the 33 machine is going to sit second. The 92, he started on the back of the pack there in Cleveland. He's moved up 4 spots. He's running third as J-Rob And the 19 machine has moved up 2 spots. And JT Moss is leading the field here. We're going to try to take another look at that before we go to the warm-up session here following this race, as JT Moss in the 15 machine has moved up 3 spots, holding on to the lead, has a good gap on the field there with a 1.2 seconds, as Jaden West is sitting in second and Cleveland is in third. We do have a battle here for position number 4. That's going to be the 2 there, Jensen Long and Brady Ross, as we come off turn number 4, getting the popsicle sticks with 2 laps remaining. Brady's going to go down low, throw the slide job. Here comes the 10, looking for a crossover. This is a battle for 4th on your screen between the 1 and the 10. And that's going to be the 92 on the outside wall. That's going to allow Brady Ross to move up into that 3rd position. JT Moss is working his way around the track once again as he's coming through 3 and coming off 4, getting the checkered flag here in heat race number 2, presented by Driver's Lab. The 33 of Jaden West comes home second, and Brady Ross rounds out your top 3. As we're going to try to take a look at that real fast, as we take another look at it from a different angle than what we originally had. And we're not going to be able to look at it as we are moving on to the next session. That's going to be a 5-minute warm-up session here, and hopefully I'll probably get that one on the highlight reel, so join in for stay tuned for this week, as we will be trying to put up a highlight reel to get that one going. Again, thanks for all the sponsors here with the Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League, as we do have your title sponsor of Torque Hydration, also your A-Main sponsor and your winner circle sponsor here tonight. We also have your BTV Foundation Heat Race number 1 and Driver's Lab Heat Race number 2. Milestone Electric, Plumbing and AC, FM Performance, and Race Tracker Pro. Thanks to all the sponsors here with Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League. As these drivers are doing final adjustments to their setups, getting ready for your 30-lap main event here tonight. All these drivers will be moving on to the A-Main with no consolation races as well. We have 3 minutes until the lineup will be starting for your main event. Go ahead and grab your refreshments and get ready, sitting there on your couch and watching this race, cheering on your favorite driver. Jump in the chat and let us know who you're cheering on here tonight. And with 2 minutes left, you see these drivers out here working the top side and the bottom side, getting multiple grooves going. We're ready to go. Looks like we're ready to go, but we do have a minute and a half left of the warm-up session before our 30-lap main event here tonight, presented by Torque Hydration. if you're liking what you're seeing so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Get notified when we go live here on Right Rear Racing, as we will be going live once again on Thursday for Dirt Series opener for the Gator Nationals as they're running the nominee sprint cars at Volusia. That's going to be, I believe, a 5-week series with alternating classes every day or every week to get your Gator national winner. We're in the closing minute here of your warm-up session for your Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League for the non-wing action here at SageNet Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma, also known as the Chili Bowl on iRacing. It's not really the Chili Bowl with running these micros here, more or less the Tulsa shootout from my perspective, and probably all the viewers' perspective as well. I'm trying to have it switch through multiple different cars, but it's just staying with one car there. As we look at your quickest time so far of the warm-up session, that's going to be Justice in that 25 machine. And that's going to do it for your warm-up session. You see this track is getting some character here as these 15 drivers are ready to make the call for your 30-lap main event. And starting on the pole, we're going to see the 45 of Bradley Cox. On his outside is going to be the 15 of JT Moss. Row number 2 has Seth Gregory in the 14 machine on the inside with Jaden West on his outside in the 33. Row number 3 has Justin Sokol in the 25 machine on the inside, and on his outside is going to be the 1 of Brady Ross. Row number 4 has Bryce Comer in that 9 machine on the inside with Jensen Long in the 10 on his outside. Row number 5 has Rustin Moss in the 51 on the inside with Cleveland on the outside in the 92. Colton Robertson in the 67 is going to be inside row number 6 with Ezra Green in the 01 on his outside. Row number 7 has Aaron Miller in the 77 machine on the inside with J. Rob in the 19 on the outside, and Daniel Fuller in the 12 machine is going to round out the field for week number 5 action here with Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League. Again, this A main is presented by Torque Hydration. As the field comes off turn 4, getting the rolled up green flag. Again, it's the Torque Hydration. A main here set to get ready as the field comes to the off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. The pace truck does pull off as the 45 of Bradley Cox is ready to hit that lap huddle, and we're set here underway in the week 5 action as the 25 or the 45 machine of Bradley Cox is going to work that bottom side. Seth Gregory is going to tuck in right behind him, as it's going to be Bradley Cox leading lap number 1 with the 14 machine of Seth Gregory, trying to look on the inside as they work their way down the front straight. And turn number 1, the 14 machine is working that bottom side, but the 45 has the momentum coming off turn number 2. That's going to allow Bradley Cox to maintain the lead as the 14 machine is running that bottom side still through 3 and 4. We have a battle here for the lead early on in the race as the 14 and the 45 are battling out. Again, they are also sitting 1 and 2 in the points respectively. And we do have a caution flag coming out here. I believe it's on J-Rob in the 19 machine as we follow along with 19 of J-Rob as he's coming off turn number 4 here, coming down, and Colton Robinson's right there. J-Rob comes up and he's going to hit the 92 of Cleveland. And that's what brings up the first caution flag here tonight. We're going to try to make our way through the field here tonight as Bradley Cox is still leading the field. Seth Gregory in second. JT Moss in third. Justice Sokol in that 25 machine is fourth. Brady Ross rounds out your top 5 here currently with Jaden West sitting 6th. Bryce Comer in 7th. Jensen Long in 8th. Rustin Moss in 9th. And Ezra Green in the 0-1 rounds out your top 10. The field just received the rolled up green flag. We're going to be single file restart here, as Bradley Cox is set to get the green or field underway once again. He's going in turn number 3. As he's coming through 3 and 4, he's hitting that live pedal and getting us underway once again. The 14, Seth Gerger, is trying to follow suit as the 45 got a good jump there on that restart. Going to slide up there and get off turn number 2 on the outside. He's going to work in the bottom side. We're going to go back to through the field here momentarily as the 25 adjusts. He's trying to work that bottom side and get some momentum here on the 15 machine. As it's going to be a battle for third on your screen between the 15 and the 25 here. And we do have another caution flag coming out as we're going to follow along with Bryce Comer in that 9 machine. I guess he's the 14 machine. He's working the top side there through 3 and 4, coming off 4 on the outside groove. Coming down, and that's going to be Rustin Moss in that 51 machine. That's going to tap him on the left rear and send him around. That's what brought out the caution there. And your top 5 has not changed. It's still Bradley Cox, Seth Gregory, JT Moss, Sol Cole, and Brady Ross for your top 5. Jaden West sitting in 6th, Jensen Long 7th, Rustin Moss in 8th, Ezra Green in 9th, and Colton Robinson rounds out your top 10 here currently. And your current hard charger with only 6 laps in, that's going to be Ezra Green sitting 9th as he's moved up 3 spots. The field just received the rolled up green flag. We're set to go underway next time around once again, led by Bradley Cox with Seth Gregory right there in 2nd, ready to pounce. As the pace truck does pull off here on the back straightaway, as Bradley Cox leads the field into turn number 3. He's going to hit that live pedal and get us underway once again here. He's going to get a good jump here on Seth Gregory as Seth Gregory is trying to wear on that bottom side through 1 and 2. Bradley Cox slipped up. That's going to allow the 14 machine of Seth Gregory on the inside as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And Seth Gregory is running the bottom side. He's going to take the lead away from Bradley Cox. Bradley's trying to run that top side in 3 and 4 there. We're going to have contact and a berm hop there from the 45 of Bradley Cox. That's going to allow the 14 machine of Seth Gregory to get away just a little bit. We do have a collection there in 3 and 4 as everyone checked up going in 3. As we take another angle or different look at it here, as we go into turn number 3 here, getting the restart, you see Bradley Cox getting a good jump here, but here comes the 14 as the 45 slipped up there just a little bit too much. The 14's right there, and they're battling it out, and that's going to, we see where the 14 made the pass. Going into turn number 1 here, the 14 slipped up. That's allowed the 45 to have to go up and hit that berm, then checked up going into turn number 1, and you see the pilot right there. That's what brought out caution number 3 here tonight. And we currently have a new leader on the board here. That's going to be the 14 of Seth Gregory. He's going to be leading the field this time around on this restart as they come off turn number 4, getting the rolled up green flag. We're set to go underway next time around. Seth Gregory, Bradley Cox, JT Moss, Brady Ross, and Jensen Long for your top 5 here currently. And again, viewers, we will hear from your top 3 after the race is over with. The pace truck does pull off there on the back straightaway. Seth Gregory leads the field in turn number 3. He's going to hit that live pedal and get us back underway here for week number 5 action here at the StageNet Center as he's working the bottom side through 1 and 2. Bradley Cox is going to be right there trying to work that bottom side as well. We do have another caution coming out once again. As we follow along with Rustin Moss. And that was on the restart. Seemed like not everyone was on board ready for that restart, and that's what caused everything to happen right there. And I believe we have 10 laps in, and we do have 20 laps remaining here tonight. The ticker will correct itself, and I'll be able to know exactly what lap we're on once we go green once again, as the field is led by Seth Gregory still coming off turn 4, getting the rolled up green flag. We're set to go underway next time around, and hopefully we get some green flag racing here, as it's going to be the 14, the 45, the 15, the 10, and the 67, as the 67 of Colton Robinson is going to be your hard charger currently running in 5th, moving up 6 positions. That's Seth Gregory comes in turn number 3. He's going to hit that loud pedal and get us underway. Once again, he's going to hit the inside bar and bobble just a little bit. That's going to allow Seth Gregory, or Bradley Cox, to make that pass on the inside, and did not get a black flag as they both were across the finish line there. Bradley Cox is going to take over the lead. Once again, Seth Gregory's running that bottom side there in 3 and 4. Bradley Cox is up top. Seth is down low. We're side by side coming off turn number 2. Coming off turn 2, the 45 has more momentum. The 14's right there, kind of pushed up just a little bit. Made Bradley Cox brake check just a little bit there as they went in turn number 3. That's going to allow Seth Gregory to take over the lead. We do have some contact between Seth Gregory and Bradley Cox. They're coming off turn number 2. The 14 machine is Seth Gregory is running that bottom side pretty good. And we do have another caution flag coming out with only 12 laps in the books here tonight. As the 51 and the 67 do make contact there, I'm going to call a announcer's curse there on Colton Robinson, as I did bring up that he was your current hard charger. As the field slows up to allow the pace truck around, we're going to see Seth Gregory still out in front in that 14 machine, with Bradley Cox in 2nd, JT Moss in 3rd, Jensen Long 4th, and Justice Sokol runs out your top 5. Cleveland in the 92, 6th. Bryce Comer sitting 7th. J-Rob in 8th. Jaden West in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be Ezra Green. The field did receive the rolled up green flag, led by Seth Gregory coming off turn 2. The pace truck does pull off there on the back straightaway as Seth Gregory leads the field into turn number 3. See if he gets a better restart here in that 14 machine as he's running that top side there on that restart. He's going to get a good run off of turn 4. Going in turn number 1 down low. He's going to hit that inside berm. The 45 machine of Bradley Cox is going to be right there as they're going to be going in turn number 3. Coming off turn 4, everyone's down low for your top 5 drivers here so far, as your top 5 is running that bottom side there in 3 and 4. We do have another caution as we go on board and follow along with Jaden West, that 33 machine, to see what happened there. As he's running that bottom side, hit J-Rob with a right rear, then goes into 3 and 4 and spins her out in that slick stuff there in 3 and 4. And still under caution flag here. The spin battle between Seth and Bradley in the front, as those two are 1 and 2 in points respectively, with JT Moss in 3rd, Jensen Long 4th, and Justice Sokol rounds out your top 5. And the field just came off turn number 4 there, getting the rolled up green flag as Seth Gregory leads the field around 1 and 2, coming off 2 down the back straight of the pace truck's going to dive off once again here at the Sage Net Center, going in turn number 3, as Seth Gregory's going to hit that loud pedal and get us back underway and running the bottom side, changing up his restart there. The 45 of Bradley Cox is going to hit that inside berm going into turn number 1. That's going to allow Seth Gregory in that 14 machine to walk away just a little bit, but the 45 is going to be hot on his heels coming off turn number 4. As JT Moss in that 15 machine is currently running 3rd, trying to roll in these 2 drivers here up front, as it's still Seth Gregory, Bradley Cox. We do have another caution flag coming out as we're going to go and follow along with Ezra Green. Ezra Green in that 57 machine pushed up into J-Rob there, and then the 67 is going to go in hot and collect him and spin him around, and that's what brought out that caution that time around. As the field comes off turn number 4, once again, they're getting the rolled up green flag, and it's still going to be Seth Gregory, Bradley Cox, JT Moss, Justice Sokol, and Bryce Comer for your top 5 on this restart here as the field comes through 1 and 2. The pace truck's going to dive off once again here. The field is led by Seth Gregory in that 14 machine as he's going to go up top there, enter turn number 3. He's going to dive down on the exit of 4 and hit that inside berm. The 45 of Bradley Cox goes up to the top in 1 and 2 immediately. Tries to get a good run here going into turn number 3. We're going to be side by side battle for lead here through 3 and 4. The 14 machine is Seth Gregory's running the bottom side with Bradley Cox on the outside. We do have another caution flag coming out as we go along with Brady Ross in that 1 machine. He's running the top side there in 1 and 2, coming down the back straightaway into turn number 3 there. The 10 and the 33 make a little bit of contact, and Brady Ross is right there and had nowhere to go and spins it around. And I believe we have 11 laps left here, maybe 12 laps remaining. Again, the field is led by Seth Gregory coming off turn number 4, getting the road up green flag once again. As the field goes through 1 and 2, the pace truck does pull off once again down the back straightaway, going to turn number 3. And Seth Gregory's running the top side. Now he's coming down to the bottom of exit of 4 there, getting a good jump. The 45 of Bradley Cox immediately goes to the outside groove there. Tries to get some momentum coming off turn number 2. The 14 of Seth Gregory is running that bottom side in 1 and 2 with the 45 of Bradley Cox running that bottom side as well as they work their way down the front straightaway into turn number 1. We do have 11 laps remaining here, and we do have another caution flag coming out as we go along with the 67 of Colton Robinson as he's working his way off turn number 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 51 machine got a little bit sideways, and the 67 had nowhere else to go, and that's what brings out the caution flag once again.
Trucks out, stack 'em up, we're circling now. Tires cool but tempers hot, nobody's giving up their spot. Hell, yellow's out, don't blink, don't lag. Another spin brings the caution flag. Bunch it up, get ready to go. Green's coming back, steal the show.
And the field just received the road up green flag once again, led by Seth Gregory and Bradley Cox. These two have been trying to put on a good show here, and by the time that they're trying to put on a good show, we do have a caution flag that comes out. But here comes the field down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Seth Gregory's going to hit that loud pedal and get us back underway here once again, followed by Bradley Cox. Bradley's going to change it up and go down low in on that restart. He's trying to get a good run here off of turn number 2 and reel in Seth Gregory. We do have another caution flag coming out once again, as that's on the restart. The 10 machine is going to hit the inside berm, there, and then goes on the inside there and had nowhere else to go and spins it around.
Flashing pace, trucks out, stack 'em up, we're circling now. Tires cool but tempers hot, nobody's giving up their spot. Hell, yellow's out, don't blink, don't lag. Another spin brings the caution flag. Bunch it up, get ready to go. Green's coming back, steal the show. Reset, reload, we're about to let 'em loose again.
And as the field comes off turn number 2, the pace truck does pull off once again. The field is led by Seth Gregory going in turn number 3. He's going to hit that loud pedal and get us back underway here at the Sage Net Center once again, as the 14 machine is going to work that bottom side. Bradley Cox is going to work that bottom side as well through 1 and 2. We do have another caution flag coming out. as we go along with Brady Ross in that 1 machine. As he goes down low, and that was J-Rob that got a little loose there on the entry of 1. And again, I'd like to thank all the sponsors here for Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League. Again, tonight's race is presented by Torque Hydration, along with your A main here that we're watching is presented by Torque Hydration. And also after the races, we're going to hear from your top 3 in the winner's circle presented by Torque Hydration as well. We had BTB Foundation and Drivers Labs for your heat race sponsors, Bradley Cox Racing for your warm-up sessions, Milestone Electric, Plumbing and AC, FM Performance, and Race Tracker Pro. The field is set to go back underway once again with Seth Gregory leading the field going in turn number 3 as we're single file going in turn number 3. Seth Gregory's going to hit that loud pedal and get us back underway here as we go down the front straight into turn number 1. Bradley Cox is going to be a little bit lower. We're going to pinch there on the exit of 2. That's going to allow Seth Gregory to maintain the lead there with Bradley Cox right on his tail there off of 2. Coming down the front straight into turn number 1. It's going to be the 14 machine. And we do have another caution flag coming out. As we try to find it here. As they work their way through 3 and 4. J-Rob got a little loose there and collected some drivers. And that's going to bring up the caution once again. As the field makes their way through 3 and 4, coming off turn number 4, should be getting the rolled up green flag once again with 5 laps remaining here in tonight's main event action. As the field is still led by Seth Gregory in that 14 machine, the 45 is going to be right there in second as they go into turn number 3. The pace truck is off. Seth Gregory is going to hit that loud pedal once again and get us set back underway under green flag conditions as the 14 machine is going to work that bottom groove. The 45 is trying to look a little bit lower as they work their way off turn number 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 is Seth Gregory maintaining the lead. The 25 of Justice slides through 3 and 4 trying to get some momentum here on the 15 machine and make a pass for third to get in the top 3 positions here as we go back up to the front. There's still Seth Gregory holding on to the lead with 4 laps remaining here. And we do have another caution flag coming out. We do have 4 laps remaining here tonight in your main event. We're going to go along with Ezra Green in the 57 as he's working that bottom side. The 92 and the 19 are right there in front of him side by side. And the 92, or the 57 just got loose there going into the turn and spun her around. As everyone slows up for the pace truck here, biggest mover or your hard charger so far is going to be J-Rob in that 19 machine as he's sitting 6. Moved up 8 spots so far. We do have 4 laps remaining here tonight, and Bryce Comer has a black flag. I don't know why that 14 machine does have that black flag. And as the field works their way off turn number 4, getting the roll up green flag once again as they go into turn number 1, led by Seth Gregory. We're in a single file restart here. As the pace truck does dive off into the infield once again, Seth Gregory is going to lead the field into turn number 3 with Bradley Cox right there in second in that orange and black machine. As they hit that lap pedal and get us back underway, the 14 machine is working the bottom side. The 45 immediately tries to slide up to the top side there off 2, come down the back straightaway trying to get some momentum and reel in that 14 machine. The 14 is going to hit that inside berm going into turn number 3, we do have one around back there, and that's going to bring out the caution flag once again as we go follow along with the 33 machine of Jaden West. As the 25 and the 15 are battling it out, Jaden West goes in there, makes contact with the 15 machine, and spins it around. And we do have a battle heating up for position number 3. That's going to be between JT Moss and that 15 machine and the 25 of Justice Sokol, as those two have been battling it out and then trying to get position there on each other. And J-Rob has moved up 9 spots so far. He's rounding out your top 5 here tonight. Still led by Seth Gregory and Bradley Cox, sitting 1 and 2 respectively there, as the field just received the rolled up green flag. We're set to go underway next time around as we are in the closing laps here of your week 5 race with Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League. As a 14 machine of Seth Gregory, he's going to hit that lap pedal and get us back underway. He's going to lead us down the front straightaway into turn number 1. He's working that bottom side there through 1 and 2. Bradley Cox is going to work the top side there in 1 and 2 on that restart. And on that restart, we missed it there. That's going to allow the 25 machine of Justice to make that pass. We do have the white flag with 1 lap remaining. No more cautions here, as iRacing does not allow you to throw a caution flag under white flag conditions. And Seth Gregory is working his way one last time through 3 and 4. Going to take the win here, followed by Bradley Cox, Justice Sokol in that 25 machine, JT Moss in 4th, and Bryce Comer rounds out your top 5. Again, Bryce Comer does have a black flag, so that's going to allow Brady Ross in that 1 machine to finishing your 5th position here tonight for your main event. We're going to hear from Seth Gregory, Bradley Cox, and Justice Sokol here momentarily. And the rest of your field looks like this. Is Seth Gregory winning the race, Bradley Cox in 2nd, Justice Sokol rounds out your top 3. Again, we're going to hear from those 3 drivers here momentarily. JT Moss finishes 4th, Brady Ross rounds out your top 5, Jensen Long in 6th, Ezra Green in 7th, Jaden West 8th, Rustin Moss 9th, J-Rob rounds out your top 10, Colton Robinson in 11th, Bryce Comer finishes 12th, Daniel Fuller in 13th, 14th goes to Cleveland, 15th goes to Aaron Miller. And that's going to be your field there for tonight. I thought we had more drivers for some reason, as we only had 15 drivers. Again, we're going to hear from your 3 drivers here momentarily. And we do have Justice, your Colorado driver. We're going to bring him in and talk to him here in your Torque Hydration winner circle. And Justice, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. That was a long race there, and I know that you're trying to get some momentum going there. I missed that restart there on that last final restart where you made that pass. Go ahead and walk the viewers around through that with how you made that pass there to make it work.
Yeah, I'd been running kind of like a slider line every lap before that, and then I started to see the car in 3rd there was starting to open up his entry to kind of block the slider a little bit. So coming down into 1 on that final restart, I just went into the bottom and was able to get past him, and then just tried to build my momentum back up. But then white flag came out, so I settled down around the bottom and tried to make that work.
And for the track condition here tonight, y'all wore that track in during the 30-minute practice session, and then the heat race, and then another 5-minute warm-up session. Did that play a factor for how you wanted to set the car up here tonight and for the final stages of the main event?
Yeah, I actually used 2 completely different setups from start to finish. I had one for kind of the hot laps and heat race, and then I seen how much the track was developing and changing, so I decided to go ahead and throw my slicker setup on, and It was better, but we still need to work on them for every track in general, just to get a little bit more speed and be able to compete with Bradley and Seth.
And you're sitting third in points here after the first 4 weeks. You haven't came home with a win, but you've been very consistent of staying in the top five. What is that? I know that you wanted to come home with a win, but being consistent is kind of key to be up there battling it out for the points here late in the race or late in the season.
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't think we've finished outside the top five once. You could tell me if I'm wrong, but um, I don't think we have. We've had good speed. We just honestly have had kind of some bad luck here and there, and found some late race breaks in every one of these races. So hopefully we can put one together from the start and end up coming out with a win here in a couple races.
Yes, sir. And once again, congratulations on finishing third. And I mean, it's a major feat with these drivers here. Do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to all my sponsors: Rainbow Sprinkler, ABM Chassis, Yoshimura Racing Engines, Ingram Machine and Tool. We got so many people backing us up, and none of this would be possible without them. Even on the sim, all the work I put in on the race car helps out with this. So
And yeah, you couldn't do it without sponsors, man. Once again, congratulations on finishing third here tonight, and hopefully we hear back from you again on the podium here shortly.
yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yep, thanks, sir. You have a good one.
You too.
And there you have it of Justice Sokol in that 25 machine as he finishes out in third here tonight at the Chili Bowl. We're going to hear next from Seth Gregory in that 45 machine. And Seth, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Actually, I want to do Bradley Cox, but we're going to go hear from your winner here of Seth Gregory in that 14 machine. I'm sorry, I messed up. I clicked the wrong name, but you're here and we're going to go ahead and do it, man. That was a good win there, battling off with Bradley Cox there in that 45 machine and trying to hold him off there late in that race. What was your game plan after missing or doing that bobble there on that restart, allowing him around, then got lucky with that next caution coming through, maintaining the lead, and then just keeping him back there behind you after that bobble there?
Yeah, so when I made that little mistake there on that start, I knew I had to try and get right back to the bottom because that's the place where I felt the most comfortable and the fastest at and the most consistent. So I knew I just had to hope he either made a mistake or just try and drive around him, which is easier said than done. But my whole mentality was he's either gonna pass me on the outside or he's dumping me to get around me. I was not gonna get off the bottom at all.
And you were married to that bottom the whole race, man. Every once in a while, Bradley Cox did go up to the top side, got a little bit of run on you, then a caution flag would come out. Were you worried about that top side coming in for him in that race there?
Honestly, I was. During all them yellows, I made sure to run the top end because it will slowly slick it off, and wanted to make sure that he wasn't gonna really have a good enough track up there or good enough tack and a cushion to lean on to try and get around me. I knew he was running a slider line, and that's hard to hit when the dude in front of you is trying to run the bottom or roll the bottom. So sometimes I would use a little more brake on entry to get him a little messed up so he couldn't hit his marks right. And then I was able to drive off in the moisture and pull a little away or pull away.
And it seemed like you had some strategy going in to this race here tonight, and all the viewers just heard it there. Once again, congratulations on taking the win here and maintaining your points lead. Do you have any friends, family, or sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, first off, I want to give a shout out to Aiden Beerline. He's doing the Road to Pro right now in the NASCAR Truck Series. He ended up getting back-to-back wins in the Road to Pro, and I don't know how he's doing right now tonight, but hopefully he's doing really good. And I also gotta thank Raise the Bar RTB Setups, Metcalf Media, Logan Trimmer Racing, Mongoose Chassis, and everyone who helps out for me.
And once again, congratulations here in the Torque Hydration winner circle and taking home the win here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and we'll hear from you next time, hopefully on the podium.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Yes, you too, man. And sorry about that. It was the 14 driver of Seth Gregory that we just heard from. I meant to bring up the 45 driver of Bradley Cox. We're going to hear from him next, who finished second here tonight. And Bradley, do you got a copy?
Gotcha, yeah.
Man, that was a battle there between you and the 14 car. It seemed like the caution flags did not help you there. Trying to get that top side working there for a little bit. Was there something there that you felt like you were going to reel in Seth Gregory if y'all stayed green?
I think I could have got some going, yeah, if we had some green flag run, but I felt like we only had 5 green flag laps, so I wasn't able to really do much, but hanged on to second, so that wasn't bad.
And seemed like you were the only one that was trying the slider line there. Was that working good for you, or how did you feel with this track condition here tonight?
Yeah, I was working good. I think the track wasn't too bad. The bottom super fast because the rubber kind of came in, but I was able to. I wasn't just gonna follow him. That's not my style. I was gonna send it around the top or do something, but didn't. I wasn't able to make it work. But second place isn't bad.
And you can't make the pass for the lead if you're just following the driver right there in front of you. So I understand that one, trying different lines and trying to get around them there.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, I seen him make a mistake on the restart when I got my nose under there, and then the yellow came out, so I had to give it back. So that wasn't too good.
And actually, I've watching that one whenever he bobbled there on that restart, whenever he hit that inside berm. I was worried that you're going to go in there and get a black flag for making the pass before the start-finish line there.
Yes, I did too, but luckily I did kind of hit the brake a little bit, so I made sure I wasn't ahead of him, but my car was underneath him, so that kind of worked.
And I know it's not the results that you wanted here tonight, but coming home second and still maintaining your second place in points, do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I gotta thank Redline Performance Roofing, REM Racing, Micro Sprint Hub, Dirt Crowd, Thrive Media, Race Engine Components, and above all, the good Lord for letting me do what I love, and for all you guys for putting this on, Justin, his wife, you for broadcasting, and yes, so we can come on here during the week and have some fun during the off season.
Yes, sir. And hopefully we catch you back on the podium once again next week and hear from you once again, man.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks, sir. You have a good night.
You too.
And that's going to conclude tonight's racing action. As, again, just to go over the results here tonight. Seth Gregory did take home the win in that 14 machine. Bradley Cox in second and Justice Sokol in third. Those are the 3 drivers that we did hear from. And your hard charger here tonight is going to be in the 7th position, and that's going to be the 57 machine, or the 01 of Ezra Green. Thanks for joining in here on Right Rear Racing on your Tuesday night, and hopefully you join in on Thursday night for another racing action-packed night at Volusia. As with Right Rear Racing, we will be broadcasting the Gator Nationals at Volusia with Dirt Series promotions, and that's going to be your non-wing sprint cars for week number 1. And hopefully you had a good night, and we will catch you next time here on Right Rear Racing.
Checkered flag flying, it's the end of the show. From dirt to the blacktop, we let it all go. Burning rubber, slamming gears, making hearts race. If you miss the heat, catch the highlight, press play. Right rear racing, lights out, that's a wrap. From the front straight to the back, we attacked every lap. Don't blink, don't sleep, we'll be back in your feed. With the throttle wide open and a need for speed. The drama, the thrill, the slide jobs and spins. Legends born in the booth and on
on tracks we win. Facebook, YouTube, hit subscribe and stay loud. We ain't slowing down, just saving it for the next round. Broadcast signed off, but the fire still burns. Catch us next time, where the story continues at full send. Alright, we're racing, we out, hold tight, see you next race.